I'm a little bloke with a big heart. I have a wonderful wife, Ruth, and a budding painter, little boy, Josh. He is 7, and I have a girl who is 3. She likes painting too. I love sketching the human face, especially the people I meet from day to day, people that I may never meet again. So I seize the opportunity. It's something that keeps me loving the place we all share. Hello, my name is Adebanji Alade, and I'm a painter and also I'm a sketcher. In '80, my parents took me back to Nigeria. I stayed for 19 years in Nigeria. During my stay there, I discovered myself to be someone with the ability to draw. And in secondary school, I had great art teachers who pushed me on, and I got to college, and my talent was further discovered by the tutors there. And I finished from my college as the best art student in Yaba College of Technology in Nigeria. In 1999, I decided to come back to the UK to further my studies. I went to the Heatherley School of Fine Art in Chelsea, which is not far from my studio. And I finished there after a 2-year study of diploma in portraiture. And I was the best award-winning student there. And after that, I just decided to launch out into the art world, into the unknown, as it were. And it's been a great time of discovery, excitement. You know, it's amazing. In some ways, I call myself an addictive sketcher. And you know what an addiction is. You know, I kind of experience this a lot when I work with the homeless people. You know, you kind of like can't do without doing something, and that's what it comes to me when I'm sketching, or when I'm not sketching. I'll say it's like my hands start itching. I'm like, no, I can't keep still. I'm here. I have to record something. I just have to do it. And so, you know, for about, say, since 1999 till date, I've been sketching on London Transport. It's just been a habit that has almost now become addictive, and I want to share this addiction with you, and I think it's a good one. And so yeah, I call myself an addictive sketcher because I can't sit still without sketching someone. When I'm on public transport or in public places, I need to sketch someone, something, somewhere. And so that's why I call myself an addictive sketcher. I like seeing different faces. I like seeing people move. I like seeing a variety of faces, of human figures, all moving in a fusion. That gave birth to my Rush Hour pieces. And then when it comes to rain, the beauty of rain is the reflections. I like to see how dark colors get reflected light-wise, and I like to see light colors get reflected in a dark sense. So I must be able to capture the light and the shade in such a way that it would look interesting, even if you couldn't understand anything. Abstractly, the light and shade would be such a way that it would look beautiful. It would look balanced. Rain, Rain, and A Lady in Red. It was actually one day I was in the rain and it was pouring, and all I had with me was my iPhone. There was nothing else. I couldn't even sketch in the rain. And there was this lady with an umbrella. I couldn't even see her face, but I remember the background had this greeny feel to it. And there's this woman, you know, I think she had either she had a red dress on or a red umbrella. And, you know, green and red are kind of like complementary colors, and they bounce off each other. And then you could see the reflections of that red on the pavements. What I was out there was nothing else in my mind, and that is a painting that would make a great composition. And all I was thinking is that snap, snap, snap. And I thought, wow, wow, what am I doing? And I got 1 or 2 shots, and I've come back to the studio and I did a painting of it. I think that's bought by one of the private collectors from my gallery now. But you know, those are paintings that I love. Again, it's reflections. Again, it's color, and again, it's just that bounce of human beings, and also reflection. I like movement. I like to catch things in fleeting speed. And while I was in Heatherley School of Fine Art, I remember one afternoon we had live drawing. And instead of taking us, instead of having this thing done in the studio like we always have a model, Susan Engeldale, she allowed us to, by permission from the English Ballet School, we were able to go in and watch these ballet dancers perform in their rehearsals. And it's amazing because we sat there, all the class, and we were sketching people moving at fast speed. And I covered almost a whole sketch pad of these, and nothing is really detailed. And that was way back in 2005. But ever since I went to that ballet school, I never recovered from the experience. It's just fleeting sketches of these dancers doing something in such elegant motion and movement. And so I went back there about a year ago and did another series of sketches. I asked them, I really wanted to, see what I could do. And what I see in these people is elegance, is mood, it's movement. It helps me. It's a challenge because they keep moving. So some of these sketches are never finished. But what I like is that those curves, those movements, those are the things I'm looking for in the ballet dancers. I'm not out to finish it. What I'm out to do is to capture those fleeting movements. And while the music plays, it's such a rhythmical feeling that as I'm moving and swerving my pencil, these people are moving at the same time, and both have a kind of fusion, which the result you can see in these series of sketches that I've done on these ballet dancers. I think that's one area where I would like to go further and actually produce paintings from these sketches. When I'm looking at people, this always happens. You see someone, just pass by, and immediately you see the person, you can almost tell something about that person. People make judgments. They look at you for the first time. Something registers in their mind. That guy might be a criminal. Something that person looks like, you make simple split-second judgments. People see people, we all meet, and there's something about our meeting, that split second. I experienced that as an artist. I go around and I look at people like, wow, I like that face. Wow, I do this, I do that. And because I like that face, in a split second, I just want to record that down. I just want to have something to remember that feeling I had when I saw that person. And these are the things that I can't just look at someone and say, no, I didn't see that. No, I want to make sure I have something down to recall that feeling about that person. And so, yeah, stories, people, the impact someone makes just as you pass by, it's so deep. And so, yeah, that when I tie that into what I do, I can't sit still when I look at people. It's just amazing. You can sometimes, like, I go in the bus and there's no one to draw. I look in my reflection in the mirror, or sometimes when in my studio. Say for instance, I remember there was a night. I think it's not too far away here. I'll bring it out now. Say for instance, there's no one in my studio, and I'm almost feeling like I'm bored, and I haven't gone out to use public transport today, but I must draw every single day. So I'm thinking, okay, I leaned back on my chair and I looked into the mirror and I saw with the corner of my eye, I saw my face. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Not really because I wanted to paint, not because I wanted to draw, and not because I found out. All I would say to myself is like, I need to draw something today. So even though there was no one, or I would say nothing, I was like, I've got my face. And I just carefully, again, it's the light and shade. This time there's less shade and there's more light. And so, yeah, I felt that looked interesting as a composition, and I added a little bit more of the background. And so, yeah, and that was done on the 25th of September. And I've written here, I was looking back and I caught a glimpse of my face in the mirror. And I thought, why not sketch? And that's it. So I would paint myself or sketch myself when there's no one else to sketch or no one else to draw. And sometimes I do this on the tube too. So yeah, it's all about making sure that one keeps on drawing and sketching, and even if there's no one else to use, you use yourself. A moment in time. A person focusing on something. Tension, apprehension, figure it out. One moment in time. It's written on their faces. People from different places. A new project I'm working on at the moment is about homeless people, people who their lives has basically always kind of cycled around being on the street. I see a lot of stories in their faces. I see character, I see life. I see people who've seen life the hard way. And what I do is I sit down with them, I have a bit of a chat, and I sketch them while they tell me about their stories. And I come back with some pictures and sketches, and what I do is to paint these people the way I want you to see them. You know, everybody sees these people in a different way. I have an empathy, a kind of sympathy for these guys, and I really feel I could have been homeless myself. So in my life, you know, when I lost my dad and my mom and my elder brother, I could have been homeless. I know that kind of scenario. It's something that people have to live with for some stage in their life. So I'm out now in this new project to capture these people the way I see them and the way I want the world to see them, so we can share in the feelings of these people. And I just feel, you know, I'm not always out for the made up face. I want faces that really, really project a mood and character, and everything I want is in these guys. And I'm always out there to share this. I want people to see the way I see things. Nobody can come inside my little head and see things the way I see. The only way I can help people or share with people to understand the way I see things is, you know, the very feelings I have when I experience something for the first time. I try as much as possible to be faithful to those emotions that I first experienced while I'm drawing or while I'm painting. Even when I start a sketch, I make sure that if I begin to get tired or if I begin to get weary or just do something for, you know, when it gets to a stage where you just do something and you're just doing it in the motions and you're not really putting your whole heart to it, it happens to me, then I stop. But once I have not got a connection with the first feelings I've experienced in a face or a place, and then that means the work has lost its coordination. So I want people to see that it is not what you paint. It's how you paint what you paint that matters. Everybody writes. Everybody, you know, everyone might experience something on the tube and they want to write an account about it. How every writer is going to write about what happened on the tube on a Monday morning during the rush hour will be so different. And that's the thing about painting. When it comes to what I do, I would do it in a different way than anyone else. It's that individual thing in us that ticks. So it's not it's not what I sketch. It doesn't matter if every face here. If there were 3 artists, 4, 5, name the number, all looking at this girl, not everyone would do it the way I'll do it. And that's the beauty about it, because what I feel, the way I respond to beauty or to her face or to the light or to the shade, with every little stroke I pull, it comes right from every experience in my life. And so everything and that moment in time when I'm doing it, it's different. someone who is almost like someone who shows your dreams. That person has already got to where you want to go to. Try and contact them. Could be a call, could be an email, could be a letter, and say, give me the advice and tell me something. Tell me what I can do. And I tell you, most of the time, they will tell you things that would help your journey to be what you want to be. It would make the journey of a lesser time, because sometimes some things don't even need a university degree. Some things don't even need you to go for some sort of experience, but sometimes they just say simple things, like I was told. My teachers told me it was so simple. It was nothing much. It was like, you want to be an artist, draw, draw, and draw, and sketch and sketch and sketch. And that's been my life. My whole life is filled, but I just bring a whole load of sketch pads. I'll show you a whole pile, you know. These are sketch pads that I've used over the years. I could bring piles and piles and mountains of these out. The beauty of it is that every experience of my life of being an artist, I'll pick out one. The works here were done in 2006. I could just hand over and bring out another one. The works here were done in 2011. Now, these was when I first started. The works here were done in 2004. So, 2004 to 2011, that's about 8 years. But every journey of my life is shown in these sketch pads, and it's all about drawing. This is like the workshop. This is where it starts. This is what gives birth to every other thing. And it might be like that for some athletes, people who want to be great sportsmen or musicians. It all comes down to the basics. Practice, practice, practice. Get yourself to be on top of whatever you're doing. Get yourself to be the best. Strive for that spirit of excellence. Work on it. Work on your weaknesses. Don't shy away. And I tell you, whatever advice they give you, hold on to it, pursue it, and go for it. And that's what I did. And I believe you become unstoppable. That's the beauty about it. And no one stops you when you're unstoppable. You're the only one that can stop yourself, because there's no boundaries then. You explode, you're on fire.
Okay, so if you do it very slow, you can do it very good. But if you do it fast, it doesn't work, you know?
Yeah, what you mean? Yeah.